Hi there. Hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I will go through 2022 HSC paper with you. Of course, there is a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. Question 23. The scatter plot shows average hours of phone use per day and average hours of sleep per day. Part A. The data for two new students, Alinta and Birani, are shown in the table below. Plot the results on the scatter plot. So for Alinta, so average hour phone use per day is 4 and the average hours of sleep per day is 8. So in another word, the coordinate is 4, 8. So let me just plot that on the scatter plot. 4, 8. So it's here. So there you go for Alinta. Now for Birani, so we have 0, 10.5. So 0, 10.5. So horizontally 0 and vertically up 10.5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So got by 0.2. So therefore 0, 0.2, 0.4. So halfway 0.5. So let me just do a cross. So there you go. So that is 10.5. Part B. By first fitting the line of best fit by eyes on the scatter plot, estimate the number of hours of sleep per day for a student who uses the phone for an average of 2 hours per day. So first of all, let me just draw a line of best fit first. Now to do this, for line of best fit, so the points must be the same above the line and the same number of points below the line as well. Okay, so let me just use the ruler. So roughly like this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 number points above the line. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 points above the line and then 8 points below the line. So it should be correct. So that is the lines of best fit. So now we need to estimate the number of hours of sleep per day when uses the phone for an average of 2 hours. So when horizontal is 2, so we go up. So that is 9. So let me just write this down. Therefore, 9 hours. So there you go. Question 24. So we know that an ice cube to melt m minutes. So time is m. And we know that it is varies inversely with the room temperature, that is T degrees Celsius. And we know that when T is 15 and M is 12 minutes. Okay, so keep that in mind. So we need to find the equations relating to M and T. And we know that M is varies inversely with T. So let me just write this out. So in another word, M is K over T because inversely. Okay, keep that in mind. And we know that when M is 15, T is 12. So we can find the value of K. So which is M is 12, which is equal to K over T, that is 15. So to solve this, so I just times 15 on both sides. So I times 15 and I times this by 15. So this cancel out. So therefore, K is, so I just go 15 times 12. So 180. 180. So therefore, the equations is M equal K over T. But K is 180. So that is 180 over T. So there you go. Part B. By first complete this table of values, graph the relationship between the temperature and the time from T equal 5 to 30. So let me just complete the table first. So we know that the rule is M equal to 180 over T. Okay, that's the rule we found out in part A. Okay, so there you go. So now let me just complete the table. So when T is 5, so 180 divided by 5. So just go answer divided by 5. So there you go, 36. So 36. And when T equals 15, so just go 180 divided by 15. So equal to 12. So when T is 30, that is 180 over 30. So we cancel the zeros, so that becomes 18 divided by 3. So that is 6. So there you go. So now we just need to plot these points on the graph, and then we just join them together. So when T is 5, M is 36. So when T is 5, M is 36. So T is 5 here. And we go up 36. And we know that it go up by 1 because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it go up by 1. So 30 is here, 35 is here, 36 is here. So that is 536. And now 15, 12. So 15 is here and go up by 12. So 10, 11, 12. And then when T is 30, M is 6. So 36 is here. So there you go. So what we do, we just join them up and just aiming to the point. So there you go. Question 25. The table is showing the future value of an annuity of $1. Yao is saving for a trip and estimate he will need $15,000. He opens an account earning 3% per annum compounded annually. Part A. How much does Yao need to deposit every year if he wishes to have enough money for the trip in 4 years' time? So first of all, we know that it's compounded annually and 3% per year. And then N, which is 4 years' time. So let me just make note on this. So R is still 3%. And N is 4 years because it's compound annually, so N is 4. So first of all, for 3% and for N is 4, so we looking at this one here. So there you go. So that means every dollar that is annuity, okay, if you like, annuity of $1, that is the future value is $4.184. And then he needs to have 15,000 at the end of 4 years. So that means $15,000. So we just need to work out from here to here how many times. So I just go 15000 and we divide by 4.184. So there you go. Because we're dealing with money, so it have to be 2 decimal place. So that is 3585.09. So 3585.09. So from here to here, we times the same amount. So 1 times that, so it's exactly the same. So 3585.09. So therefore, $3,585.09 each year. So there you go. Part B. How much interest will Yao earn on his investment over 4 years? So we need to keep the answer correct to nearest to dollar. So what we need to do is we know that the interest earned, so because it deposit because we know that the final amount is $15,000. So what we need to do is we just minus the amount of money that he deposited. And he deposits $3,585.09, and for 4 times, because every year he contribute that much for four years. So for 4 times. So that will give me, so just go 1500 we minus 358.5.09 and we times by 4. So there you go. Because of correct to nearest to dollar and 64 cents, so closer to $1. So we add 1 to 9, so become 10. So 59 at 1 is 60. So $660. That's the interest. So therefore, there you go. Question 26. So we need to find the sine angle theta. So of course, the question is asking us to round up to nearest to minute. So first of all, so for finding the angle theta, so we need to focus on the triangle here. But then we only have 93 centimeters. So therefore, we need one more length. So to work this out, if you focus on the smaller triangle, so this one here, this means that we can find the length of AB. So this is X here if you wish. So then we can find the angle theta after that, okay? So to work this out, let me just clear this first. So we just focus on the smaller triangle, that is ABC. So triangle ABC. So we have opposite because of this angle here, and next to 41 degrees, so it's adjacent. So OA, so it's 10. So that means 10 of 41 degrees is opposite, which is X over adjacent, that is 35. So then if I times 35 on both sides, so if I times 35 and times 35, so that cancel out. So X is 35, 10 of 41 degrees. So that will give me, so I just go 35, 10 of 41 degrees. So there you go, 30.42 we do, or 43. So for 30.43. So there you go. So now let me just clear this. So now we can focus on the largest triangle. So that is 30.43. And then we focus on the larger triangle now. This is the triangle. So we can find the angle theta. So we have opposite and then we have hypotenuse. So keep that in mind. So that means OH. So it's sine. So that is sine of angle theta is 30.43 over opposite over hypotenuse. So that is 93. So therefore, theta is sine inverse 30.43 over 93. So that will give me, so I just go inverse sine answer because it's 30.43 was the last answer I did over 93. And I close the brackets. And correct to minute. So I press the DMS button. So that is 19 degrees, 5 minutes and 45 seconds. So 45 seconds closer to a minute. So therefore, we add 1 to 5, give me 6. So 19 degrees and 6 minutes. So therefore, theta equal to 19 degrees and 6 minutes. So there you go. Question 27. A company purchased a machine for $50,000. The two methods of depreciations being considered are the declining balance method and the straight line method. So the declining method is S equal V naught times by 0.8 power of n. And don't forget, V naught is the purchase price. So that is $50,000. Okay, keep that in mind. So the question is, what is the annual rate of depreciations using this formula? So we know that for declining balance method, S is V naught 1 minus R power of n. And because this is 0.8, that is 80%. So that means 20% is reduced. Okay, so therefore the rate or the annual rate is 20%. So there you go. Part B. Calculate the salvage value of the machine after 3 years based on this formula. So N is equal to 3. And we know that V naught is 50,000. So S, the salvage value is V naught, that is $50,000. And we times by 0.80 and N is 3. Okay, so power 3. So that will give me, so I just go 50,000 bracket 0.8 power 3. So there you go, $25,600. So 25,600. So there you go. Now part B. For a straight line method, the value of the machine is depreciated at the rate of 12.2% of the purchase price each year. So we know that every year it's reduced by 12.2% of the purchase price, that is $50,000. So that means every year it reduced the same amount. So let me just work this out first. So that should give me, I just cancel this, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I just go 12.2, which is times by 500. So 6,100. So this means that it reduced 6,100 every year. So keep that in mind. So we know that for the straight line method, first of all, S equal V naught minus ND. And we know that D is the annual depreciation, that is 6,100. And V naught is 50,000. So that means become like this, 50,000 minus N times 6,100. So 6,100 N. So that is the straight line method. The question is, when will the value of the machine using this method, that is straight line method, be equal to the salvage value found in part 2? So this is this part here. So S in this case is equal to 25,600. So that means 25,600. So now what I do, I just solve these equations. So to work this out, I just move this on this side so that it become positive. I move this on the side, so that means it become minus. So I just go, let me clear this first. So 6,100 N is equal to 50,000. We minus 25,600. So 6,100 N is, so 50,000 minus 25,600. So 24,400. And we divide it by 6,100 on both sides. So just go answer divided by 6,100. So there you go. N is 4. So therefore, N is equal to 4 years. There you go. Question 28. calculate the number of liters of water the dam will hold when full. So we know that volume is area times height. Keep that in mind. And we need to work out the number of liters. So that means capacity. And we know that for capacity, 1 cubic meter is equal to 1 kiloliters. So keep that in mind. And we know that 1 kiloliter is 1,000 liters because they're asking for number of liters. Okay, keep that in mind. And we need to work out the area of this cross section here. So that means area of a triangle. So let me write it down here. Okay, so area of a triangle is a half AB sine of C. And we know that A and B are this. And the angle in between is 150 degrees. So that will give me 1/2 times 25 times 25 because they both are the same, okay, in length. And we times by the size of 150 degrees. That will give me, so just go 0.5 times 25 times 25 times sine 150. So there you go, 156.25. Let me write down here, 156.25. So the volume is area times height. Area is 156.25, and we need to times the perpendicular height. So this is the perpendicular height. So times by 50 equal. So just go answer times 50. So there you go, 7,812.5. So 7,812.5. And don't forget volume, so in meters, so cubic meters. So there you go, that is the volume, but we need to work out the capacity. So that means we just need to times by 1,000 because 1 cubic meter is 1,000 liters. So therefore, 7,812.5 we times 1,000. So that is 7,812. We move a 0, so give me 5 and 2 0 left. That is liters. So there you go, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.